Okay, I'm going to mute everybody and just as always, ask questions as we go, or feel free to use the chat, and then we will kind of, obviously open it up for questions at the end. But Stacy and I were chatting, and we're trying to come up with some ways to maybe share the coaching opportunity outside of like running a Facebook sneak peek. So we wanted to host this call tonight about running a sneak peek on our team's Instagram page. And we have a few things set up for it. And I just want to kind of show you guys what we've done and talk about ways that you can utilize this for the sneak peek that we're going to be hosting in a couple weeks. And obviously talk to you a little bit about inviting to it too, because I think that's a part where a lot of people struggle, is inviting to the coaching opportunity. So first off, I'll just kind of go through some of our introductions. So obviously it's June 10th. I can't even believe that. It's just like things are crazy right now. And we are in the midst of the Summer Strong sale, which I know we have talked about on all our team calls, but basically any challenge pack 160 and above or completion pack 160 and above is on sale for $20 off. So keep that in mind this month. Again, I would kind of make this the month of like follow-ups and making sure you're reaching out to everyone who's liking your posts about fitness or about nutrition, and just saying like, hey, are you interested in maybe joining us for a boot camp? If you did not listen to today's National Wake Up Call, it was so good and so practical and so basic on like how to invite, how to use your stories to invite, and how to make it really simple. I love, like, basically she would just send out like a message, and I took a screenshot of it, so I'll share it with you in just a second. And it basically says, I'll post it in the group too, but it says, to anyone that likes her posts, basically like, hey, I saw your comment on my transformation picture. Were you interested in getting some details or just supporting my journey? Wanted to say thanks regardless. That is literally her invite to everyone. Like, how simple is that? And I'll type it up here too for you guys, because I think that might help too. But then she has like a little graphic that she uses. She digs in more on nutrition side with everybody, but her graphic is like, are you more of a like planned, structured, want to spend some time in the kitchen getting ready type person, or are you someone who maybe wants to have more flexibility and pick and choose as you go? And then she like leads them into the right meal plan from there and makes it really simple. So I want to try to get some graphics together like that for our boot camps going forward, but like obviously this is a little more coaching related. So on the coaching side, I'm going to just type in this message real quick that she uses, so you guys can see it. But you could do this exact same thing on the coaching side. But the thing is you have to be posting about the coaching opportunity, because these are simple invites that come from people that are responding to whatever the post is. So if the post is more challenge group driven, you could use something like this for the challenge group or the boot camp or the nutrition group. Or if it's more driven towards the coaching opportunity, same thing on coaching. The thing I like to do with coaching is just say like, thanks for your support on my post about my business. I'm looking for other supportive ladies that are just like you to join this community of uplifting women that, I'm creating. Is it something you've ever considered being a part of? And it's almost so vague that a lot of people do say, can you send me more info? And that is the type of invite that you really want to use for something like this coaching sneak peek. You have to really be inviting to coaching on a daily basis. And what I found is waiting on a sneak peek to come up is something that is sometimes like detrimental, because it gives that person like too long to wait. They don't really ever see the posts in the groups or whatever. So make sure you're having like ongoing conversations with these people as you're inviting. But over the next couple of weeks before the sneak peek comes up, make coaching invites part of your daily power hour. And I would say like, coaching invites are going to be most people's biggest point of discomfort, right? Like you either think maybe you're not experienced enough to teach somebody else how to be a coach, or maybe you haven't had enough money success to tell somebody else what they're capable of. But in reality, you guys, like your lid in this business or what you've done so far in this business really has nothing to do with what somebody else can come in and do. And that's one thing I learned because I had a coach that didn't do anything. So don't be afraid to invite into the business part of things and say what is possible with it, because it is totally possible with it. And it's just a matter of like how hard that person's going to work, how many invites they're going to be willing to send, how deep of connections they're going to be willing to make, how hard they're going to work on themselves. That's obviously the biggest part. and really, share the benefits that you've seen so far. Like, would you still be here if not for the coaching title that you brought on with this? Or would you still be here if not for the discount? Or would you still be here if not for the community? Think about the things that really have benefited you and be inviting to other people in that. And a lot of times with coaching in the beginning, what you have is like your dream team list. So there might be people in your network already that you've thought about, like, this person would make an amazing coach. I wish they would join me. Those are going to be the people you want to invite to the sneak peek first. Otherwise, too, though, if you're posting about coaching, you're going to be inviting people that are, liking your posts about coaching, or if you're making stories about coaching. Also, though, if you have people that you've invited to boot camp several times and they just say like no, or they give you a money objection, they might be somebody that is worthwhile to invite to the business. Like, the business could benefit so many people. If you're a military spouse, you get free enrollment. If you're a veteran spouse, you get free enrollment. If you are somebody who really values your health and you would love the products and you maybe think you can't afford them and the 25% discount would be huge, make sure you're inviting to that. Or if you know it's somebody that has a problem with accountability in the past, or maybe they've tried these programs on their own in the past and they haven't stuck with it, the missing piece could be coaching. That's what it was for me. Like, I tried and quit these things several times. So think about those things. And there are multiple reasons why coaching might work well for somebody. It doesn't have to be somebody that wants to come in and work 8 hours a day on this and leave their job. Like, an hour or two a day, an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, whatever. If they want to kind of just build something in the cracks, is totally possible. And, I think sometimes with coaching, like, we reflect a lot on where we stand and maybe what we feel like hasn't happened for us yet that we thought was going to happen. I know that's been a position that I've been in several times. And when I'm inviting from that place, I often have a really hard time because I'm like trying to sell myself on it at the same time. But when I sit down and I think about, like, I make like a gratitude list of what coaching has done for me in essence, and I focus on that, that makes inviting to coaching a lot easier. So I would maybe look at maybe creating like a gratitude list of what coaching has done for you. Or maybe, Summer Tucker, one of our uplines, always says you take like a piece of paper that's lined and you draw a line down the middle and you say before coaching and after coaching. And you write down like things that you struggled with and things that you've improved on, or things that were maybe not working well for you that are working well for you, or places in your life that you weren't happy with that you are now happy with. And when you do something like that, it really empowers you to say like, okay, this has value. This has a lot that I want to share with other people. This gives me something that, I really do want to share with other people. And I can promise you guys, it gets way more fun when you get other people that are as excited about it as you are, that are working as hard as you are, that want to help change other people's lives, that are bringing new people into the challenge groups, that are helping you run challenge groups. Like, the most fun I ever have in this is when we have a huge engaged group of people doing it together, because it makes it so much more fun. So our Instagram coaching sneak peek is going to be June 19th through the 21st. I don't necessarily know that we'll have like 3 full days of like coaching info, but maybe day one is like introduction to a couple different coaches on our team. And we'll be posting on stories for our Instagram page. And then we'll also be posting on the feed. And it will be basically something where we can make posts about different objections and different benefits of coaching. We haven't come up with a schedule completely yet, but obviously, like, you guys are here, you want to maybe invite people to it. And I'm going to talk to you about doing that tonight. And then if you want to be someone who makes a post for it, or maybe you make a couple stories for it, that would be super amazing, because obviously we want to showcase our team, not just like us, So I'm going to share my screen and show you our team face or Instagram page that Stacy put together. And basically obviously it looks different here. It's called Team Fearlessly Fit United. And if you guys aren't following it yet, make sure you go follow it. And I'm going to give you some suggestions on ways to prepare for the sneak peek through this page that we're going to do. I had my assistant create this link tree. For some reason, it's not working. Stacy said she was going to look into it. And it basically, I think it's probably because she put it in the wrong place. Yeah, it's supposed to go here, I think. But it is basically something that has a quick video about coaching, that one that I've shared in our team page a few times. It's like a 10-minute what is coaching video. I love to use that when I'm inviting people to coaching, because they're usually say, sure, send me more info. And it's just a very comprehensive video that was created by a very successful coach. And she has put it together and it's really well done. So I would use that when I'm inviting on a normal basis. But it's a really cool third-party tool that you can use without you having to like go into a ton of like voice messages with someone or try to get them on the phone. There is also an application to join our team on there. And it's a an application that's linked to our team's Gmail page. So we have a Team Fearlessly Fit United Gmail account now. And Stacy and I were trying to figure out ways to like, okay, how would you divvy this up? Or if we're doing a team sneak peek on an Instagram page, how are we going to like figure out who is supposed to get like what application that comes in? And I think in the beginning, what we've done is basically put a little place on our application that says like what coach are you currently working with, so we can obviously know like, hey, this person's been an application, they're ready to join the team. But we also talked about like if we continue to use this page and grow it and we're getting like random applications, you know, it might be something where if certain coaches are hitting Success Club, like we can use it as like a Success Club reward, like, hey, this person submitted an application, looks like they want to join our team, you hit Success Club last month, you want to reach out to them. And that would be kind of a cool way to also incentivize like bringing other people on and having them use the page too. So obviously this is totally new to us, but this is just stuff we've talked about. And I think it might make things a little bit more fun. And it gives us like another place to share our community, because I think sometimes that's a hard part. Sorry, I know somebody put like a comment in, but I don't know where, oh, here it is. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, website. I think I was trying to do that, but for some reason it didn't save. But I think that was what the problem was. And basically, if there's other things that you guys think would be helpful to link to the link tree, just let us know. I probably have to confirm it like third party. Oh, I see, Destiny, sorry. Other teams also have like a PDF that they've created, like a team packet that gives details about coaching. And that's something that we talked about doing. Obviously, this is us just like getting started with it, so we'll have to kind of figure it out as it goes. But the other thing is we're going to get, like when we go to Summit, we'll get a bunch of pictures and we'll get a highlight created here. Then when we have like challenge group results, we'll get a highlight made. So, you know, when you typically go to like a business Facebook page or a personal Facebook page and they have the pretty highlights done, that's kind of the next steps. Obviously, this is very new, you guys, but we wanted to try something different. There are a lot of coaches out there also running challenge groups via Instagram. So that's certainly something that we can look into doing in the future too, if that's something that people have an interest in. Because I know like Facebook engagement gets a little weird. The challenge tracker app, most people log on. It's like whatever we could do to kind of keep things fresh, we'll keep doing, and hopefully give people a way to, you know, like be met where they are if this is their preferred route of social media. So for the sneak peek, our thoughts are, you know, when we typically do them via Facebook, we usually have like a day or a couple days where we're introducing, telling some things about our team, sharing like, you know, maybe some success stories with coaching. And then on the actual sneak peek days, a lot of times what we do is post about different objections. So a lot of times the different objections that we cover are like, you know, is this a pyramid scheme? I don't want to be salesy. I don't have a lot of people in my network. I am not a fitness professional. I don't have a lot of time. So those are like the biggest objections. So I think what we'll do is spend like a day or two making posts about them. And then in the stories, we'll kind of do, like if you remember back in February, I think we picked one day a week where a lot of us were doing like sneak peeks in our stories. We'll do something like that in the stories. And maybe we could hand off days while we're doing it or something like that. But really, it's just a way to showcase, like, obviously, we're doing personal development, we're working out. Some of us are working out together. We do team calls, and we have our power hours, and those are kind of the big parts about coaching. And the biggest step really here, like making the post is really easy. We've done this several times. Is going to be getting people over to this page. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about tonight. Like, how do we actually get people over here to follow what's happening in the sneak peek, right? So basically what I was talking to Stacy about, and I think would be a great idea, and if you've got other ideas, share them for sure, is if you're sending out Instagram coaching invites, like if you're going to do your power hour and say your typical goal is 5 to 10 invites a day, like I would encourage you to make 3 to 5 invites a day to the business opportunity. As you're sending the invite out, track the username of the person that you're sending the invite to, and let's take this page and go follow them. And I'll give everybody the login to this page. You can easily toggle on your phone between different Instagram accounts. But if you're inviting someone, go follow them from this page. And then when the sneak peek comes up, even if they don't answer you, they've got an opportunity right there to see the information that we're sharing. And so that's kind of one reason why I want to do this call now, because you've got a good, like, week and a half to invite people to this and get their eyes over here. And if it works well, great. Well, it's something we'll continue doing each month, so you can keep a running list of the usernames of the people that you're inviting on Instagram. And if you use Facebook more, that's okay. Like what we could do is, still like find that person on Instagram and follow them from this page. Or if you're sending an invite via Facebook and they say, yeah, I'd like to learn more, you can always say, we're doing an Instagram sneak peek. Can I invite you to it? Or you can say, let me send you the video about coaching that we have, because that video is always really great too. So that's kind of what we were thinking as a way to grow over here. Obviously, we only have like a week and a half right now. It's not necessarily probably something that's going to be like getting 300 followers on this page by then, but it's something that we're going to work on growing. I might get my assistant to spend some time growing this page. I just have such a hard time like telling her what accounts to go follow random people on. I think that if we want to make this more personal, like keeping it to the people that we're actually inviting is a good idea at first, but we'll see as it goes, So I just wanted to kind of show you what we have going on and get you thinking of like another way to connect with people. And the nice thing about Instagram is you can go follow them. And if they're like, Team Fearlessly Fit United, what is this? Like, and they get curious, they can follow back and they see the post, and maybe they don't sign up right away, but maybe they watch for a while and they decide like, oh, this is something I'm interested in maybe in the long run. And it's something that you can obviously see who's watching the stories over here. You can see who's watching the post over here. And our next goal obviously is just to get more frequent and posting to it. But, we have like stories in our groups now. Like if everybody added Team Fearlessly Fit United to their Instagram and had it as an extra account, like you could easily, after you do your workout, drop the post in here via a story or make a post on the page. So I want to quickly just give you guys the login information over here too, so you can use it if you want. And then hopefully we can work on growing it some. And if we end up liking using this page for like team stuff better, maybe we can use it more than the Facebook group page that we have too, because I know that sometimes that things get a little lost there. So the handle is just Team Fearlessly Fit United. And then the password is fearlessly with a capital F, Fit United, exclamation point. And then if you want to use our email address for anything, it's fearlesslyfitunited@gmail.com. And honestly, I would keep the coaching invite super simple. If you want to use the video too, like if they ask for more info right away and you don't want to wait for the sneak peek, totally feel free to do that. Does everybody know where to find that video? Nope. Okay, let me show you again. I'll share my screen and then you guys can see it. And this might be something you just want to save into like your favorites on your phone or a notepad on your phone, because this video is just so easy to use. Gosh, everything is like, I'm in Instagram jail right now on my primary page. So I can't like follow anyone over there doing anything. The internet in our house is always rough. Like maybe this is my sign that I'm just supposed to be, finding more balance with social media. Okay, so under learning, I did create some units like for new coach and seasoned coach resources. And I put in here, this is just for you guys, like obviously too, if you have new coaches that you add, there's some good stuff in here of like daily vital, Shakeology, getting started with inviting. But I have the coach opportunity video linked here under the all coach resources. And it literally is just a 10-minute simple video, like watch it, everything you need to know about becoming a coach on our team. And it makes inviting to the coaching opportunity so easy. Like I think a lot of times I hear from you guys like, now I don't mind sending an invite, but I have no idea what to say after they say, sure, send me more info. This is what I would send on coaching. And go ahead and send them, like follow them on our team Instagram page, because that's at least like another cool outlet. And if you get people that are customers or new coaches and they see the posting going on over there, it might get them a little more excited for the team stuff too. But this is a really cool video to use for info on the coaching opportunity. So the goal over the next, 9 days in preparing and you can obviously continue to add to it after, because if they want to scroll back, they can, is adding in coaching invites as part of your daily power hour. Keep it really simple though. If you make a post like in your stories, it's always just really helpful to like post your PD or post a like post team call picture. And if you see people liking it or following it or like viewing your story on it, you know, invite that person. I think sometimes we like pre-qualify people, or we think, oh, that person's too busy, or, oh, that person, you know, has a gym they go to or something like that. But you just never know. Like, honestly, I think that the amount of people out there that are not happy with their jobs, or the amount of people out there that feel a lack of fulfillment in what they're doing, or that feel even like a lack of like adult interaction, is huge. And something like this can obviously check a lot of those boxes off, because if you would have asked me, honestly, to the business opportunity in the beginning, I would have said no. But joining a group was huge. But I think sometimes, you know, if you send the coaching invite first and they say no, you're like, I get it. You know, I would be a little nervous about it too. But have you ever thought about joining me in a group? Like, it's a natural progression to go from one to the other, especially if you start with coaching. So that is kind of like the, obviously, outline of what's going to happen. I know it's not necessarily completely laid out yet in terms of a schedule, but I think if what I'm going to do is post a little, like maybe post tomorrow on our team page to see who wants to help out with it. And then once I figure out who wants to help out with it, we can kind of divvy out like a post each or something like that and make it really easy. But I think this should be a cool way to try things out, maybe get some eyes over there. If nothing else, maybe it helps you feel a little more comfortable posting or sharing stories about business, which I think is going to be huge too, because that's obviously a lot of times a little bit more difficult for people. And while we're here, I think when I post stuff in the team page, it gets so lost, but I just happened to see Megan's post in my homepage. But two things. Friday's the last day to sign up for Summit. If you're not signed up yet and you're thinking about going, do it, you guys. Rachel Hollis is going to be there. Our house is going to be awesome. I got a photographer lined up for us to do like some headshots and some team photos. I know, I'm super excited about that, because last year I was trying to be the photographer and it just didn't work. And it'll just be really fun. It's like, if you're pressed for time, Saturday and Friday are the two big days of events. Sunday, there's nothing. Thursday, you can pretty much skip the opening ceremony if that doesn't work for you, but it's so worth it. The other thing is Fit and Fierce is doing this leadership retreat, and it's in October. It's in Destin, Florida. It's open to everybody in the downline. And this is what you have to do to get there. And I'm serious, you guys, like, these trips are the things that like make me love this business so much more, because it makes what we're doing much more real. Like, these calls are great. Super Saturdays are awesome. Summit is amazing. Stuff like this is just like the icing on the cake though. So they booked this house and it's open to everyone in the downline, depending on like where you are. So if you're Star Diamond by, I want to say it's August, since this goes through August, you're automatically in. Here we go. If you're Diamond by September 5th, you're automatically in if you do hit Success Club 2 out of the 3 months. But to be honest, like, if you're pushing towards Diamond, you probably need to hit Success Club to get there. Most of us, you know, to add coaches. And then if you're Emerald, you can still go. You have to have at least 4 active coaches by September 5th. And you must hit at least Success Club 10 June, July, and August. And this is super feasible. I know, like, some of you might think, well, I haven't gotten there yet. It's not something I've done yet. I promise you guys, like, if you really make something like this your goal and you want it to happen, tell me and we'll make it happen. You might have to up your activity level for a couple of months, but I promise things can really explode and take off, and the momentum will kick in, especially if you're upping your activity level to make something like this happen. So I definitely think Emerald with 4 active coaches and hitting Success Club 10 is super feasible. Diamond is so easy to do. I know that the first time I did it, it felt like it was really tough, but then the second time I did it, it felt much easier. And then hitting Success Club 2 out of 3 months, and then Star Diamond again, like if you have a spouse account that you've signed up and you're building your account actively, it's not that hard to build the secondary account to Diamond after too. It's like just a matter of momentum a lot of times. So using this sneak peek as a stepping stone to get to something like this would be awesome. The other couple of things that you have are obviously like Beachbody gives you, they give you the Success Club prizes. If you sign 5 coaches in a 5-week period with challenge packs, you get an extra $100 bonus. And I know that some of us think that that sounds impossible, but I promise a lot of it, if you have interested challengers presenting the coaching opportunity to the challenger, it can be really simple. And I can share a script that I have for that too, just about how they'll get a discount. It's the same price to sign up today. It just gives them that extra $20 to $30 off of Shakeology if they decide to stick with it. And then if there's any other products they're interested in, they can continue on with it too. And a lot of times to build to diamond or to build to a strong emerald, you do have to have discount coaches. So I would invite, especially when I'm in my building modes, I would invite everybody to coaching. Now that I've been kind of doing this a while, I'm a little bit more particular at times just because I don't necessarily need people to fill spaces. But I will say to get to that next level, get to the next rank, you need people to be coaches to get you there. And if you have existing customers, these are also really great people to invite to the coaching opportunity. You just tell them, obviously, that there are savings that they can get, that there is an added layer of accountability with the team, and then there are maybe some other perks for them, especially if they're like military or something like that. So make sure over the next 9 days or so to be inviting very heavily to the coaching opportunity. And then the only other thing which Stacy will be posting about is that there will be a Fit for the Fourth group that is like a 5-day group, and it looks a little confusing on paper, I think, but if you say it out loud, it's not that bad. And people can either have their choice of like completely free clean week or like Sean week with the free trials that we have to on demand. They can do 5 days of Shakeology if you have Shakeology packets you want to sell, or if you want to send them the clean week sampler. And then the other option is to do a 3-day refresh. And then the 3-day refresh challenge pack is on sale for $140, which is really great. So that is kind of like the other group we have set up for the end of the month. And then we'll start a new group fresh in July as well. And then the Morning Meltdown 100, which we'll have to do a call about later in the month to get everybody ready for. Okay, that was kind of fast. Does anybody have questions? Does anybody want to go to Destin? I know Amanda deserves a good break. Maybe I should unmute everybody as I'm talking.
I was trying to do that. I want to go to Summit, but that's just not going to happen this year. And Destin is like right around Michael and Brady's birthdays, but I'll be like, see y'all.
Yeah, so like I think stuff like that is, I don't know, it's pretty awesome because they'll get like somebody from corporate to come out. They'll do a photo shoot at those things. They'll wine and dine you. And then at times I have to say, like, this business gets hard and makes you feel tired, and you need stuff like that to remind you why you started and what's fun about it, and just to keep you going. I think the perks are great,
So do they pay for that if you?
They pay for the house, and then they pay for most of the meals. Like you'll go out for like a meal or two, but they'll pay for everything else.
When is Summit again? July
11th, 12th. Yeah, 11th.
Y'all got 4 weeks then. See, we leave in 5 weeks for vacation, so that's like 4 weeks away.
Yeah, I found a flight for $100 from Savannah. I'm super excited.
One way or round trip?
Round trip.
That is awesome.
I know.
Are y'all going to be moved?
Are
y'all going to be?
Like we close on our house July 2nd, and then I'm going to stop recording. I don't know why I'm